Hey, what's up, traders? This is the watch this video for Wednesday, December 7th. Daily chart of the SPY. We had another kind of ugly day. I'll show you the intraday. Until that last half hour, this was just, about there. Yeah, it was just a slow bleed lower all day. Honestly, I don't think I called anything all day. I'm not sure if I did. I pointed out a couple potential pullbacks. A relatively new member in chat, Steve E, gave an idea on SMMT. Nope, that's wrong. It was RMED, RMED. Those were the two big movers of the day. Basically over this spike. I think his idea was over 450, which probably looked like this at the time. Probably felt extended, but after the 450 break, it still was a great trade. So it was kind of a neat idea. For me, I would have preferred this to hit 450 here, a pullback, and then the break. So it was a little short-term extended, but who cares? It worked, right? Anyway, I only played a couple pullback plays all day because generally when you trade like I do, the overall market, doing what the SPY did today, keeps things from triggering, right? When you're looking for a potential long setup. So, that's what I did, was focus on RMED, SMMT as far as pullback plays and that sort of thing. So not a big day for me, but that's one of the skills you have to acquire as a day trader, is not over trading. And when the market's not giving you things, you got to learn how to sit on your hands and do nothing. And honestly, that's a more important skill and a tougher skill to develop than a lot of traders think, right? You feel like you always got to be in something. At least I'm past that in my career. I'm perfectly comfortable sitting on my hands unless and until I get an A+ setup. So anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? SMMT, huge move. It certainly extended, but we got to keep our eyes on anything that does something like that. You got to keep your eyes on it as a day trader for the next several days. RMED, really big volume lately and a pretty darn strong close. We're going to watch that one for a possible setup. EH had a really nice 2-day run, and now we got a red day on a little bit lower volume. I'd actually like to see another red day, and then this might be one of my favorite setups, but you hear me say this a lot. Sometimes you get two big days, you get one red day, and then things off to the races again. So I am going to keep it on a chart. SHPH, you can't really tell here because everything's so squashed together. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. So there's the big 2-day run. Went from $1.48 to 340 in 2 sessions, and then today gapped down and ended up closing at 234. So I'm just looking for this to possibly turn back up tomorrow. We'll see. Only with an A+ intraday setup. KTRA, let me pan back out here now because that's too zoomed in. Couple comments about this one. It can really move when it moves, and it had a really nice 3-day run here from 423 all the way up to 1040 in 3 sessions. That's a huge move, right? And now we're just coiling sideways. What I would caution you about is, you had an inside day, another inside day, and another inside day. That's what coiling means. So it could either rip this way or it might rip this way too. So, that's why I don't get involved unless I get an A+ setup. But the thing I want to caution you about is this thing only traded 100,000 today. And what was it, a little over a week ago? It traded almost 10 million. It's amazing how volume can really just drop off of a stock. You don't see that. I didn't used to see that. At least I don't think I did. I never noticed it before, but I've noticed it now. Something can have 50 million in a day, and in a few days be down to like 100,000. It's a weird anomaly. I don't know what's going on, but this thing's definitely slowed way down. So if I get an A+ setup, I kind of want that to be accompanied by volume, and then we might get another nice rip higher. All right. So anyway, that's my thoughts on KTRA. AERC had the pop yesterday and quiet inside day today, looking for a possible 3rd-day play. TXMD, I feel like I need to pan out a little more here. Had this pop yesterday that went from 448 to 607, right? Big move. Today, quiet inside day, but also a green day. Looking for a 3rd-day play there. EHTH had the gap up 4 sessions ago. Nice 2-day run. Now 2 days lower on declining volume, back down to the 8-day moving average. Definitely want to keep our eyes on that one for a possible turn back up. AVXL, I was on the fence about putting this on the watch list. You had this big sell-off. Then you had the gap up and a rip intraday before reversing. And now you're right back down to where it started, a few days ago. So It's certainly heavy. Whatever the news was here, I guess people had time to parse through it and decided, hey, this isn't that big a deal or huge offering coming or something. I'm just speculating here. I didn't do any research on this. I'm a day trader and I play the charts. But with this round trip, maybe it's worth putting on Bounce Watch for tomorrow. Not one of my favorites, but doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. NEON had a big move. Let me get the low of this day. 407 all the way over 650 in a session and a half. Now you got 3 days lower on declining volume back down to the 8-day. Potential bounce play tomorrow. And then the last day I threw CRNC on watch. Another one with a big 2-day run. And then a few or 2.5 day. And then a 3-day pullback on lower volume. So that goes on Bounce Watch. Also, we'll add gappers to the list in the pre-market like we always do. And hopefully we'll find some good trades tomorrow. All right. I'm done babbling. See you guys in the chat room.